Oh, it's Monday. I know everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm going to bring in George and Sean. So
Good
now
morning.
they're here.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah. Everybody have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was good. Beautiful weather.
Oh,
I went and knocked on a lot of people's doors and did some campaigning.
Oh.
My feet and legs are tired, but besides that, good.
Hey, Joe, good morning. Good morning. What's your name? Trixie, how are you?
What's her name? Yeah. So you guys noticed on the bottom, we got a website now that's live.
Yeah, look at that. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the background. I like the background back there. Look, you got the behind our pictures. You can see the little background.
You know what you missed because you were in makeup? I had Aretha Franklin Respect playing. So I came up with a new system. So if we keep that background and play music for 2 minutes, it gives everybody the warning time right at 9 o'clock, so we can start right on time.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So do some different stuff, but I don't know. I think that looks better than looking at a black screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. We should
thing I see Universal saying about that church tragedy. Yes, was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. That's a shame.
Yeah, but
they got anything on the shooter or the kill? I think they got him, right? They got the person.
Yeah, that's a really weird area too. That's like Grand Blanc down by Lansing over there. Most of that's a rural area until you get like right around into the town.
It's amazing how they attack Christian churches, right? What is it? Was a Mormon church, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was a
Mormon Latter-day Saints is Mormon, right? Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still based on the Christianity, you know. I just like the Mormon thing about having a couple of women, 6 or 7 wives is good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I want to get ready to convert.
Well, say it. I mean, our prayers are out to people. There's already a couple dead, right? I think they got the shooter.
2 are dead. 8 is wounded. I think 4 are seriously. I mean, the guy. What sets this shit off? It amazes me. These pieces of shit don't stop about the fascism and Nazi and all this other stuff. And, yeah, there's a video I'm gonna show about. I tell you how stupid people are.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. Do you want to go into about
what a prayer?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say. I think we kind of need it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something today.
I have to get the cable, charge my phone.
All right. Jeremiah 1:19. They will fight against you, but they will not win the battle over you. I am with you. I will save you, announces the Lord. And I think that's pretty good just because that's kind of what we're going into here, especially after Charlie Kirk and all that. They're not stopping with
not all the forces of darkness to prevent what God has ordained.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh. I'm gonna get up here. I want to show something. You know, you talk about this, but this is kind of how long this stuff has been going on.
We've set out to overthrow functioning constitutional democracies in over 20 countries. We manipulated elections in dozens of countries. We created standing armies and directed them to fight. We went after to organize ethnic minorities to encourage them to revolt. The first thing we did in Nicaragua was to go to the Mosquito Indians, who had never gotten along with the other people in Nicaragua very well, and give them more money than they had seen in the entirety of history, and arms and training and rationales and sanctuaries in Honduras, and sent them into Nicaragua to attack, kill, fight, rape, burn, pillage. And this has been a technique the CIA has used in Nicaragua, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Laos, in the Congo, in Iran, Iraq with the Kurds, in different parts of the world. We created, trained, and funded death squads like the Treasury Police in El Salvador. And we've assassinated world leaders, including the United States President in 1963, and I'll get to that in more detail in just a moment. You can never be sure how many people are killed in the jungles of Laos or the hills of Nicaragua, but adding them up as best we can, we come up with a figure of 6 million people killed, minimum figure. It has to be more than that. These things are all done in countries of the third world where the governments don't have the power to force the United States to stop destabilizing the country and brutalizing their people.
Now, if we don't think they're doing that here with Antifa, we're nuts.
Here's the best one.
Yeah.
What about, what's that? What was that law I said? Oh my God.
The Mudman.
We had to bring that up a long time ago. But
Are you talking about the
what?
Smith Mudman or what's it called?
No, not Smith Mudman. That's another one. I'll find it. Yeah, keep on talking. I don't think I'll find it.
Oh, well, what I was going to say is that they did the color revolution in Ukraine, the CIA. They've done that all over the place. And that's exactly what they're doing here in our country right now with Antifa. If that's what they're trying to do is mobilize so that the Democrats can take control.
They have no, CIA has no, well, let's see what happens with the new one now, but CIA has no affiliation with any party. It's what the CIA wants to do.
Well,
Operation Northwood was a plan by the U.S. Department of Defense in 1962 that suggested staging false flag operations, which we have a lot going on today and last year also about the false flags, including acts of terrorism to justify military intervention in Cuba. The plan was never implemented because President Kennedy didn't want to sign the bill. So, I mean, and you know why there's a lot of reasons why he got assassinated. But you know, you have the three most powerful culprits in the world. You got the CIA, you got MI6, and you got the Mossad, and those are the combinations of the people, and then they still put out the propaganda. I mean, I got attacked on my Facebook page because I put up a brand new Israeli flag up. So
yeah, but that's what they're doing here. It's trying to destabilize everything. It doesn't matter whether it's the CIA, it's the deep state, whatever you want to call it. There's a network of somebody that's affiliated with somebody, and they're getting paid to do it and everything too. And so what are these churches? These are terrorist attacks.
Yep. But the whole thing is, you have to understand. So, if the churches would be like they were during the Revolutionary War, when we fought the British, if the preachers were preaching about God instead of worrying about the power of the purse, which the power of the purse has a lot of problems, which comes down to the money. So they don't want to upset the congregation. They did at a church. Somebody called me up yesterday and said, at my church, what they did is they collected. Sometimes they would have two offerings or one. This is a Catholic church, and the offering that they did, they didn't do two, but they said they were sending the money to Gaza. Gaza who? Mm-hmm. There are some, but I don't think there's any Christians in Gaza now, the way Hamas is, because they destroyed every church.
They could think they're trying to a family that's bunkered down and doesn't have food, but
they ain't going to get the money because the money goes through. The money just goes through.
It's probably going to Hamas.
Yeah, everything goes through Hamas. Even the supplies that Israel is shipping there, which everybody, there's so much. What do you call it? Semitism against everything. It's just horrible. But the whole thing is that, like I said, they call him the star and everything else. And my Facebook page about people, I put up the Israeli flag. I had an old one that I had to take down because I put a new one up, and I posted it. I did, and you got to see how many people, they go back and forth about the Bibles. It's just people are not educated at all. They don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore. But this is the problem. This is a big problem with our Look how, and this proves. I'll put this up. This proves the stupidity of what they're taught in college, and I don't know where this girl's mentality is. Did you do this?
I'm voting for Zohan Mamdani. It's just a pledge for support.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And then I just have to read you at least 3 of his policies. Take 2 seconds.
Very aware of them already.
Oh, and you like them all?
Yes, I
okay,
love
cool,
them all.
cool, cool. All right, so you're cool with taxing whiter neighborhoods?
Yes.
Are you white?
Yes.
Do you think that's race baiting? No. Really? Yeah, it's fine. Who cares? Okay, he's openly discriminated against Italians, but whatever.
I'm Italian.
Yeah, dude, literally, honestly, pizza's not even that good. Okay, and then he won't sign Holocaust remembrance legislation.
You know.
Do we need to remember? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Thank you.
you.
Yeah, have a nice day. Thank you. That was insane.
Now the girl went to college, and this is the mentality that come out.
Thank God she's educated, right?
Yeah, I didn't know where else to.
Well, education.
She should go back and ask for a refund.
You know what it is? The parents that send these kids to college have no idea what their kids are being taught, number one. Yeah. And that's why when COVID came out, it woke up a lot of parents of what their kids were being taught. That's why Moms for Liberty started and everything else. They became a powerful voice. And the same thing now, we don't, Charlie Kirk got killed, assassinated, with these fucking rumors that are out there. Unbelievable. Do not pay attention to rumors, please. But the whole thing is, the kid had a voice that was unbelievable. He was like, and I keep on saying, he was like the voice of Rush Limbaugh, and he was very education and religion, like Billy Graham. And what they did is they thought they destroyed a voice because the Democrats, well, the deep state or whoever, were worried about the voice of the young generation because that was their voters. Yeah. They were basing themselves on those voters. So they figured if they take out Charlie, whoever took him out, doesn't matter who took him out, but he was taken out. All right. What they were worried about the young generation, about their future voters. And that's the big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. I think that a lot of the kids nowadays and everything, you got to get them when they're young and get them on the straight and narrow because, boy, when the colleges get a hold of them, they're done.
Sergeant, just reading something that Sergeant posted.
Yeah.
The one thing people aren't mentioning, what are the 2 shooters this weekend? They both were Marine veterans that were in Iraq and at the same line. Yeah, but, a lot of the soldiers that went there, Marines or whoever they were, a lot of them they brought infiltrators in of the Muslim Islamic thing. So, and they try to convince them. I mean, they sat right next to a lot of people, a lot of U.S. soldiers, and try to convince them how important the religion Islam was. I mean, the thing with Comey and stuff like that with Clapper and Brennan, and I say this all the time about Brennan. Brennan signed 12 of the visas of the terrorists that attacked America, the Trade Center stuff. And he converted over to Islam in Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. So, but there's a lot of stuff that doesn't get mentioned. And because, and I say this all the time, they want us to forget the past. And they were try to do a good job, these morons, by taking down statues under Biden and stuff like that, all that shit that they were trying to do, because they're trying to erase the past of majority of the Democrats, what they created.
Yeah, and, absolutely.
So,
they want to erase history. Look at all the Democrat history. They want to erase it.
Yeah. Well, they're the one that started KKK, and I'll defend the Confederate flag. And the Confederate flag was a battle flag. It had nothing to do about being about it was about the South, but the cross represented the X on the Confederate flag was the St. Andrew cross, which that's how he was crucified. And the red on the flag was the blood of Jesus. They were very Christian, but they that's what the flag represents. It has nothing to do about people make it racism, It has nothing to do with slavery or racing. It was just about the battle flag.
Sure. They George, if you say, I mean, Charlie Kirk, when he would talk to people, they try to make him like a racist. They make everything about race. They make everything racist. That's their way of shutting people down. That's the way they're shutting.
Well, they have to do that because
and it's worked for them for a while.
Well, the Republicans let them take it over. They're the Republicans are the ones that did it. They just sat back because they didn't want to they didn't want to do any shit problem and everything else. They just and that about time that we got a president is not sitting back. It's just that he's got people behind him that are pretty good, but there's still the deep state tied up into Washington D.C. They're there. They're under his administration too. That's why little by little you see these people starting to come out. I would love to go there and vet people. And I'd introduce them to the table plenty of times.
I want to play this to see what you guys think about it.
Problem, James Carville and Democrats, is that you have sabotaged democracy, and you've done things that no one has ever done before to an oppositional candidate, presidential transition, and president. And now you're furious because you're on the 40% side of every issue that's dear to you, from the trans issue to the border issue to the crime issue to the Green New Deal issue to foreign policy. And you have no political power. You don't have the White House, you don't have the Congress, you don't have the Supreme Court. And your institutional power, the media, academia, the foundation, they are under assault. And so you're frustrated, and you've created this completely false narrative that you have to get tough, and you've been very Marcus of Queensberry rules-like. In fact, the opposite is true, everybody. You have been the most vicious and the most abject subverters of democracy, all for the short-term gain of destroying Donald Trump. And now that's boomeranging upon you, and you don't like to see it happen to you what you tried to do to Donald Trump. And there's a whole vocabulary cross-culturally for what is happening to you now. It's called payback is a blank, karma, boomerang, do unto others as you should do unto you, only eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. But this is called retribution, and it's fully earned for what you've done to democracy, as long as it's legal and it's necessary. But you're angry because you're impotent, and you created false narratives that Donald Trump is doing what you have actually done. And what is that? Destroying democracy.
See? And that's, I mean, after Charlie Kirk, look what happened. It totally turned the opposite. It was a revival. It didn't dispirit anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's great.
That's why I wanted to play that. It's like, because you can actually see everything that's going on.
And he's very good. He's a professor. I mean, and he's one of the true people that know what the hell he's talking about, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's very smart.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what they're doing. It's like they're throwing temper tantrums. You're getting Antifa's coming out now and doing their thing. The trans people are doing their thing. You got people shooting up churches and everything. You got every little faction is starting to act up and throw a tantrum. And you wonder, like George always says, something really big is going to come in September. And well, yeah, Comey got indicted and everything like that. But what's going to happen in October, November? You've got some elections coming up and everything, but it's like they're, like he says, poking the bear with all these little attacks here and there, shooting everything.
Yeah.
Well, they're totally unhinged, and it's you have the Democrat Party urging these people, right? You have Kamala Harris out there saying things. I hear her again with the fascist talk, and I mean, these people, they think that they're up against fascism. They're absolutely, they have them insane. They have them insane. And here's a little meme of that, and it's kind of accurate.
Yeah. Kinda.
Or
It
etch
is
them on.
accurate.
And they're telling these people, they're telling, I mean, yeah, I don't even know. I wouldn't even say kinda. I would say it definitely is accurate. I mean, what they're saying on TV, how they're urging these people, look,
Yeah, it's
look
all
at
rhetoric.
did you see the video of the witch? What are they doing? They're trying to put a spell on the ICE agents at the ICE facility. Did you see that over the weekend?
No, they're crazy. I don't know what you wonder what in the heck happened to some of
Look
these.
at what that guy did. Shooting from the roof, he killed himself. But the whole thing is, he shot a detainee instead of they're attacking the aid agent. And then they got an app that's out there about where the ICE agents are. They found 3 people that were tracking ICE agents where they live. Tom Homan ain't living home. He's got protection 24 hours a day. I mean, this is how bad it is.
Did you see what they did to Ice Cube? He was on tour and they attacked his bus and blew it up and started it on fire because they thought it was an ice bus, and it wasn't an ice bus. It was Ice Cube's bus. I saw that over the weekend and I was laughing. I'm like, not only
Whatever you do when you go when you go to a restaurant, don't ask for extra ice.
I know that. I can't believe they're that dumb that they got the wrong bus.
It's so stupid.
But it was just a tour bus too.
It's known as the education.
Yeah. Well, look at the colleges. Is that ready to go, Sean? Or are you just scrolling?
No, I'm trying to find it. I thought I had it on here, and yeah, here we go. Hang on 1 second.
I don't know. They're these people though. I can't believe that tour bus though. That was. I mean, the ICE agent buses are white. I've seen them because I followed them on 65 before.
Yep. So here you go. Here they are at the ICE facility.
Oh my gosh.
They're doing an Indian shit.
Burning stuff for, I guess, the
American
spirits.
Indian thing.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like a powwow.
I said witchcraft. Maybe it's Indian stuff, but it's supposed to be against the ICE agents.
This is how they sucked in. This is how they sucked in the indigenous people. Because of Obama.
Yep.
Obama made them part of the indigenous.
They suck in everybody.
Yeah, well, this is.
Yep, they suck in everybody.
Listen to us, we know better. And look at that, like you did that time when you played all the fake news media, how they all say the same. They all get. I think they get the thing in the morning, the news on teletype, exactly what they have to say.
They have to. It has to all be scripted because there's no way that you could put those clips together and have everybody saying the same thing at the same time. It's the odds of that are absolutely impossible. But that's crazy.
See what Obama did, when I think I said this before, but what Obama did was the American Indian was they still were, they came from another place too, and the thing that happened. But the American Indians, when they were in the United States, and then the whole thing, Obama did convince them that they should change their name from American Indian to part of the indigenous people, which a definition of indigenous is people that were naturally here, from the beginning. But what he did, the reason why he did that, so he could bring in South American people, like because of the indigenous that they were, the Aztecs and everything else, it was easy for them to come into this country because now they're considered part of the indigenous people of America. So this was all a plan. See, he had all these plans. These plans were done for years. I mean, these plans have been going back from Clinton about exactly what happened. And also, in fact, we got to do something for.
Well, hang on before you get down the you're talking about the Indian, right? Indian population, American Indian, obviously. Red Ginger put something in the chat there, which I thought was pretty interesting. Are they housing illegals on their reservations?
Yes, and how they're doing that is the cartel is very big in there because when we were doing some stuff with Christy Nome when she was the governor of South Dakota, she told me, she says, I have a big drug problem. So how could you have a big drug problem? I said, it's impossible. I said, you're one of the strongest governors around and everything else. She says, no, I have drug problems in Indian reservations because they're considered a sovereign nation. And I cannot go in there because of their sovereignty. And the cartels are there. And they're pushing the drugs out of there. And the whole thing is and it goes all the way around, believe it or not. Everybody blames Soros. It's got a lot to do with China. Big time. China's trying to take us down. Yeah.
Doing a lot to try to take us down.
Oh yeah.
And that's why Trump's using the excuse about the, what do you call, with the drugs and coming out of Venezuela and everything else. China's there. China's in a lot of South American countries. They're in Cuba. They're in Canada. And the biggest thing, I think, I'm going to tell this stuff.
I can't wait to find out about the generals tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be that's gonna be the Great Awakening.
I still think I'm still sticking with my opinion that he's doing the purge tomorrow.
You just want to be told that you're right. That's all.
No, I just was saying that's just my opinion.
That's all you want because you brought it up again. This is the 6th time you brought it up. Are you 100% correct?
I don't know.
That's all you need. Oh, there's a whole bunch of victims happening throughout the United States, throughout the world that people don't know about. That's the greatest thing that you put out about the CIA. It's right on the money. The amount of millions of dollars that they did in Afghanistan to get rid of the Russians, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What was that name of the war? What was that? War Dogs? No. The one
Wag
with
the Dog?
What? Yeah, Wag the Dog with Tom Hanks.
Wag the Dog was.
Yeah, Wag the Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, they do all that.
You gotta wonder.
Yeah,
you got to wonder if this USAID money that was
oh shit,
right? Ukraine tied right to USAID, Sean. They even showed where the money went to the NGO and then got filtered through there. The whole thing was a deep state. USAID was a money laundering for the deep state and for the New World Order. Anything subversive they were doing.
Well, that's the big thing because of the simple reason that's why they want to get to that RICO Act because all that money's going right to the Democrats. It's all funneled that way. And that's why they're pissed off. Now, look at that. They want to shut down the government because they want to give $1.5 billion to illegals for their medical.
Bullshit.
That's what they want to put in the bill. And then they'll approve, not to shut down the government.
That's bullshit. I don't think they should.
Everybody has to understand your Social Security will not be affected. And everything else, the only ones that are going to be affected are soldiers and government jobs, which the money will be retroactively given back to them, so they're really not losing any money. But this is what they're doing. So the Democrats are going to own this shutdown.
Yep.
No matter which way you put it. And And Schumer's a schmuck that he is. He's just an idiot. Him and Jeffries. I'm surprised you didn't use that sooner. I think there's like 7 maybe Muslims that are in Congress, which they shouldn't be in there because they don't abide by the Constitution. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a big thing happening with the CIA. So we got it. I think October 14th, we have a big thing with a CIA agent. That's going to be a speaker.
Okay.
And I'll get some information. In fact, Alexa, if he wants to come on as a guest.
Yeah, that would be good.
We got people lined up too, so.
That would be good.
Well, we got Trevor Loudon coming on tomorrow. We had
That's gonna be exciting with him.
Yeah, it'll be good tomorrow with Trevor because all the stuff that's going on and everything. But we had somebody today, but they had to cancel at the last minute. So you guys got us.
Well, we can play his video if you want.
Yeah, tell me when you. Well, you got to put it back up for me.
I am. I just want to know.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice.
Anytime.
I'm gonna imitate. I'm imitating. What's the name? There you go. Now the reason why we're posting this on is because this guy is a constitutional conservative candidate. And he's running against a politician. His name is Bryce. I got a shirt on, Bryce. And he's homegrown. He's solid guy. I met him, and I endorsed him also because, again, the other guy that's running, there's a big election tomorrow, and the other guy that's running is completely a politician. He voted against kids having their guns under the age of 21, and the guy is just this guy, and he's nurtured to the rhino politics of Florida. That compare that.
I'm an Inverness boy, born on Florida's land, with calloused hands from ranching and a soldier's steady stand. I fought for freedom overseas. Now I'm fighting here at home for the nature coast we love, where our roots have grown. No party boss picked me, no insider's deal. I'm a man of the people, keeping it real. We the people, we're rising up strong, choosing our voice where we belong. Anthony Bryce, he's the man for the fight, for our freedom, our land, and doing what's right. With a heart full of fire and a patriot's voice, vote for Bryce, he's we the people's choice. From Citrus to Hernando, Sumter to Pasco's line, I'll clean our waterways, keep our future bright and fine. Cut the waste in Tallahassee, make living costs come down, protect our rights and liberties in every Florida town. No career politician, just a man who's true, working for the folks like me and you. We the people, we're rising up strong, choosing our voice where we belong. Anthony Bryce, he's the man for the fight, for our freedom, our land, and doing what's right. With a heart full of fire and a patriot's voice, vote for Bryce, he's we the people's choice. I'm a father, a husband, with faith that won't bend, for parks and our kids, I'll fight to the end. No establishment strings, just the will of the free. District 11, let's make history. We the people, we're rising up strong, choosing our voice where we belong. And a patriot's voice, vote for Bryce, he's we the people's choice. So grab your boots, let's head to the polls for Anthony Bryce, with heart and soul. We the people will make our stand for District 11 and this great land.
The reason why I put this up is,
It was good.
what is the most what? What happened? What did you say, Sean? Is the reason why I put this up is because if you see
Nice,
how he
that was good.
emphasized, he emphasized we the people, and I met him. He came in the race late, but the whole thing is now his numbers are looking pretty good, which there might be a great turnout for him tomorrow. It's just that they're trying to get rid of these politics. They're trying to get rid of these rhinos. That it's terrible, and people have you got. Johnson was saying that, about the, we got to worry about the shutdown of the government, and he's blaming Schumer and everything else, and It's all Schumer. Johnson's got to get out. He should be voted out because he's a piece of shit. Because especially what he did to Trump about holding the gavel the whole month of August, so he couldn't pick out his recess appointments. I mean, they approved 68 of them already. There's a whole bunch more to be done. Toon said that they're going to do it now because they brought the thing from 60 to 51. But it's too late. You made the decision already to stop him because Trump could have put the whole 150 right away the whole month of August.
Yeah, the rhinos though, it doesn't matter. We elected a Republican governor, Braun, and he was supposed to be doing all this stuff. And you always talk about all the solar panels and all that kind of crap.
Yep.
And you know what they did? They're trying to put the data centers in over here now, and they're going in between my house and Wolcott, which isn't that far away. And they're starting to drain the water already. And everybody's been putting moratoriums by the county so that they can't do this kind of stuff. He turned around and went and signed an order and said that, oh no, you can't do the rezoning and everything because they want to bring in the data centers and everything. And here, everybody voted him in, and they don't want that stuff, and he's doing it anyways.
Yeah, the whole thing is the percent. We're going to have David Walsh out again. All these solar panels, and they're talking about in Florida. They're talking about 400,000 acres, 400,000 acres being solar farms. Besides them trying to take away our food supplies, which they did in Indiana, 30,190 acres solar farms, which they only produce 51%. And all those panels, let's bring American jobs. Yeah, big shit. It's all those panels are coming from China. And what happens when
like Dave Walsh said, when there's a big storm, right?
Look,
big hurricane rips them all out.
She has the pictures. What do you call it? Trixie's got the pictures of photos of how they would destroy it. And what do they got to do? Yeah,
hail hits them.
You know what else they don't tell you too? When they fence those in, they fence all the wildlife in around those panels. Mm-hmm. There was a herd of deer that were fenced in over here, and I didn't want to find out what happened to them, but people were complaining for a long time. You drive down the road, and there was no way they could get out because they put the fences up so high, and then the barbed wire and everything, the deer got in there, but they can't get out. And what are they going to do? There's no foraging underneath those panels.
Yeah, but see, this is what now General Flynn said when I was with him. He says, do you know only 67% of the country voted for the presidential election? 67%. And the other one is the midterms of only 37%. We got to get people out to vote these midterms elections. Even with the primaries, vote for the candidate that doesn't have a lot of money. I mean, I spoke at a place Friday night. I endorsed this guy, Myron. He was black. And he used to be a Democrat, and he switched over to Republican to follow. He loved what President Trump was saying and everything else. I met him. I spoke to him about him. So now when I endorsed him, I got phone calls from the Republican Party in Florida. I want to know why. And the thing is that this is a commissioner's job. Commissioner's job is important for the land and the school, the budgets and stuff like that. But it's a commissioner's job. They spent millions and millions of dollars to get this real estate guy in there. Most of them are all real estate people. The amount of money. One guy goes from $3 million to $28 million in 2 years. What do you do? This is what you have. Everybody you vote for, check out their net worth. See how much we got to
watch Sean.
Yeah, we got to watch Sean. We got to donate to Sean. Hey, if you guys could donate to Sean, you got a what thing, Shorty boy? What?
You got the money in politics is unbelievable. I'll get it for you this week. I'll get it for you this week.
We can put it up so some people. I know people would love to donate on that. Yeah, slacking.
Yeah, I've probably been asked 50 bazillion times.
But the money in politics is unbelievable.
The GOP has spent money because they want their candidate in.
I think I'm buffering.
Are you buffering?
Yeah.
I don't know. You're not on our side. On our side, you're okay. So
yeah, I got something going on here. I don't know. Must be my computer.
Oh,
I
we
probably
got a
have to go
hater.
into
On,
it, that's what
we
it
have
is.
a hater
enough.
on YouTube right now.
RD Blue. Oh, we gotta hit it. Oh,
Yeah.
RD Blue. Yeah, you're correct. 100%. You got it. The whole thing is they're part of the part of the game. It's all a game, and they'll tell you it's a game. That's why the thing that Trixie played before about the CIA, it's a game, and Trump is fighting it. You know, and that's why they attack him. Everything, Trump this, Trump that, because Trump can't be bought. Number one, he's a billionaire
way.
10 times over, and the whole thing is he pissed off all of Europe. He pissed off the monarchies that are in Europe because they thought they could control about the money and everything else. He said the most. Look at it. The fucking UN has got to get out of America. They should not be here. Out, gone.
Report them.
When Netanyahu spoke, half of them walked out. What the fuck you doing here? The UN is supposed to be something about United Nations. That's what they're doing. It's terrible because they hate, and you got to hear the comments of people. You know, a lot of people hate Netanyahu. A lot of people hate Trump. I mean, but he's doing the right thing for Israel. You know, you're attacked. Listen, you attack me. If these terrorists that they're talking that are here, if they do anything, we're not stopping against the mosque. You see, they're only attacking Christian churches or anything with Christianity. What do you call Jewish temples? They attack, right? They don't attack any Muslim. They don't take any of the damn mosque. No, everybody's afraid of them, and ain't gonna be afraid anymore. No more.
Well, we got a problem in this country, and you know, obviously the violence, the political violence is all one way, and the Democrats do not. I mean, they kind of act like they denounce it, but they denounce it, but they wink and they flame it at the same time. You know, so.
They're trained around it. Their army is the Antifa. It was used to be Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Look, just look at the difference. George Floyd got killed on his own shit because he was on drugs and everything, but they made him a hero. They burned down buildings, all this stuff and everything else. And what do we do when Charlie Kirk gets killed? We have candle vigils. Mm-hmm. But one thing I'm saying,
absolutely,
there's not going to be another 9/12. No way, ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Nope. 9/12 is out. Ain't going to happen. I'll tell you right now, we're not going to turn the other cheek. They're going to want a battle. They're going to get one, and it's going to be between whatever they are and us. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get killed on the left more than what's going to happen on the right. Because we got 28 million veterans that know how to shoot.
Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Obama, Monaco, all conspired together, all worked together to try to sabotage, undermine, unravel the democratic institutions and structures of this country.
I wanted to share
the Russiagate hoax, the Russiagate conspiracy, and all of the assaults against our liberties that went with it. The pre-dawn raids, the handcuffing of innocent Americans, the espionage against President Trump's campaign and staff, the removal of his national security advisor, one fake indictment, one fake charge after another, the special counsel, all of it was a unrelenting attempt to overthrow the government the American people voted for. I cannot find words harsh enough to condemn the conduct of these conspirators, these insurrectionists.
See, that's exactly what you're talking about. It's like it's coming from you. You're talking about the religious end of it, but then you've got the political end of it too.
Yeah. What about January 6th? 276 FBI agents were there.
Yeah.
So I mean, who put them in there? Who put them in there? I saw the buses come. They all got dressed up in MAGA shit when they were coming in there. There's videos of it. I got to see if I find it. But this is
we know this.
We had proof. We had proof.
Yeah, we've known this, and this is just the obviously proof now that they have it, or the admission of it, right? But there's people that need to have accountability to this, right?
Ray Epps. I mean, that was it right there. Ray Epps, and look how fast they tried to shut all that down.
Yeah.
Listen, I deal with yeah, everybody knows I deal with the January 6 people a lot. All right. And there's no accountability about them. They still can't get jobs. They still can't get a mortgage. Can't get a loan. They can't because of what you do a background investigation. It shows that they're criminals.
Yeah.
A lot of them got pardoned, but still it's on the record. You go through TSA and they get hit that way. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and it doesn't stop. And the reason why a lot of them is because of the local courts. They were charged with the local courts, the liberal pieces of shits that are down here. And and again, I'll go back again. The Johnson, and there's a law, there's an act that they can remove judges that aren't worth a piece of shit. There's judges there that even were lawyers before. They were picked by DEI. Remove them, take them out. You're allowed to do it. You have an act of 1801, 1802. You're allowed to remove them. You're allowed to do what you have to do. Yeah. And it goes back and forth that they just sit there like, because they're all in the whole, it's a whole game. And we got to remove this game. It's we the people, not we to them, whatever the hell they want to do. Yeah. We put them in office. They're supposed to represent us.
Well, how many people are so quick to give up their rights? I mean, just look at COVID. Look at people wearing masks.
Oh, yeah. Yep, 100% right.
I mean, we all did it, obviously. We all did wear masks, but to a point, most of us did. I guess I should say not everybody. But it's so quick how people gave up their rights. They took a shot that they didn't think was 100% right, but they took it because they felt they had to go back to work or go out to eat or what have you.
You're 100% right. All the pressure. I went to surprise my daughter up in New York. I drove there, and I didn't have a mask in the car. Didn't have a mask in there. So my ex-wife turns around and says, everybody here that is surprising your daughter all had the shot, so don't mention nothing. I said, well, I'll tell you right now, I ain't wearing no fucking mask. I don't care. Don't bother me. I have to wait by
some people. It was good for some people to wear a mask because we didn't want to see them anyway.
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah.
Yeah, I could name a few right off the bat that I wouldn't want to look at.
Yep.
I tell you what, I think Trixie will look pretty with mask. The veil, I think from the veil, the veil, the thing.
You're just trying to shut me up.
No, I'm just.
If you want to play some, I know Mark always does Trump truths. But there was a Trump retweet or repost or whatever you want to call it that went out, I guess, yesterday or last night that I thought was kind of interesting. And it's about our friend that comes on. So let's see here.
Russia. You lied about Ukraine. Excuse me. Sorry about that. What are you going to do when the deep state can't protect you anymore?
That's good.
Have a nice day. When you're brought up for treason, what is your response going to be then? You're going to hear these words later. But you might as well hear it now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney. You cannot afford an attorney. You'll be provided with one. Do you understand these rights? I've cited them to you. Adam Schiff, everybody. Guys, the Democrats are committing treason. This is the shame. He doesn't have time for my questions. But right now, what we have going on in our country is an attack on our sovereignty. And it's time that all Americans stand up against it. I pray that you wake up and the Democrats wake up to the lie that's going on. But I think that's what's happening. I think the American people are seeing through it. And that's the beauty of this. You can't hide from it anymore.
Have a nice day.
This is what I want to hear.
He was on my motorcycle. I had a picture.
Lied about Russia.
And this is
sorry, Mark,
why.
I hope that wasn't Mark's Trump truth for the week.
And what does this go back to, Trixie? What act? What act does it come against?
RICO.
No, Smith-Mundt Act.
Oh, the Smith-Mundt Act. Well, Smith-Mundt.
Right. Next, get somebody else to take your place. Get out. How do you forget that one?
Well, because it could be RICO and it could be Smith-Mundt. You could go both
No,
ways.
it's them lying. They are allowed to lie. They can say whatever they want. Look at it. Look at a cross-examination from Adam Schiff and Cash Patel.
Yeah.
Adam Schiff is telling Cash Patel, well, why aren't you releasing the Epstein list? And Cash Patel tells me, your liberal judges are holding back the files. And this is the game. You understand? The judges are holding back everything. But they're trying to blame Cash Patel that he's not releasing him.
Yeah, it's not.
Let me tell you something. You know, I don't know if everybody saw a lot of stuff, but it just pisses me off that they put that bill back into the what thing did they put it in there?
The NDAA.
The military bill.
That's how they slid it in.
Yeah. Piece of shit that they are.
Yeah, because they knew nobody would vote against the NDAA because then you're against the military. So if they slide it into that, you know.
But the Democrats love that one too because look how nice they can lie. And the fake news media.
Yeah. All games. It's all it's all games.
But anyway, I'm gonna make a collection for my new vest. I can't fucking believe how big that vest is. Oh my god! I can put my finger to the back on the neck.
No,
that's funny. We're on for an important week though. A lot of stuff going on, right? Bibi Netanyahu's going to the White House today. Trump put something out about maybe some type of Middle Eastern deal going on.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it. Well, they don't want look. Half of the 3/4 of the people are dead. Hamas's hostages. I mean, and you got to they got to be destroyed, eliminated, because they'll want to regroup and everything else. And this is just a game. They got to be taken out. I mean, look, they got pissed off that in where were they in Qatar? Where were they hanging out? The Hamas leaders, Qatar.
Yes, yeah.
Guitar, right?
Not in a guitar. Not in a guitar.
Yeah. How many strings? How many strings?
It had to at least be a 6 string.
Oh, please. These people are unbelievable. I mean, they're in the negotiation, and they got the Hamas leaders there that aren't in the middle of the war where they got all these people trying to kill themselves and just be on suicide watch. I mean, these kids are trained from when they were small. Mm-hmm. That's how much the hatred is so built. I mean, I hate a lot of people.
It's genetic hatred. At this point, it's got to be genetic. There's so many generations that have done that.
I got people that I hate a lot of people that it just happens because they're just pieces of shit. That's what they are. I have no use for you. And I'll tell you right now, I will not endorse the same flow. And listen, I endorsed the candidate that wasn't endorsed by Trump. Trump endorsed somebody else, but I endorsed the other candidate because I know what he was about. A lot of times Trump sends endorsement because he gets advice by certain people, which he doesn't have time for. But the Byron Donalds was a true endorsement, like everything else. And they're going to people coming against him. And Byron Donalds is a great guy. I mean, he went through some shit when he was young and everything else, like everybody else does. But they'll bring that up.
No, of course they will. Every stint of your past they bring up, so that they throw anything against the wall to see what.
That's why they asked me, why don't you want to run, George? I said, because who do you want me to kill?
President Trump just put something out. Hang on, listen. You could hear it.
Make sure you tune daily into Wake Up Patriots. They aren't fake news.
Did you hear
that? Where'd you get that?
Make sure you tune daily into Wake Up Patriots. They aren't fake news.
See that?
Oh, that's great.
He said it.
That's great. We're going to have to use that for a promo at some point. I don't know. So, George, are we going to start putting your endorsements on the webpage so everybody so they can look across the country? The ones
they could do, yeah, because that's what I'll do. I got whatever I think what was a great plug for us because I mean, Trump and everything, but Brian Matt says that we've been around all over the country and we have guys all over the place because and there's a lot of people that don't get dressed up with the vest. I tell them how to go to a place because we want to see who causes problems. We try to keep a buffer between them assholes and us, so we don't look. They want us to attack them. I mean, we would do it instead of the people with the MAGA hats and stuff like that. But this is what the problem is. And the Proud Boys are great people, and then they're starting to rise up again and everything else, and collaborating with a whole bunch of stuff. I was with them plenty of times, and And that's why we have a lot of respect. You know, there's the biker gangs are gonna, you know, they're not sleeping. There's a lot of people who aren't sleeping. You know, a lot of these guys that, you know, these biker gangs that people are afraid of and everything else, a lot of them are veterans. A lot of them went to places and they came out. They were, you know, a lot of people looking for things to be associated with.
Well, part of a group. That was their lifestyle. You know,
Yeah.
they were part of a unit, and that you want to maintain that. I mean, some kind of normalcy when you come out, especially if some of them been through Iraq and
I
Afghanistan.
mean, we're respected by many because they know who we are and what we are. You know what our missions are and stuff. We do a lot of stuff with veterans and stuff.
You do a lot of good stuff for veterans. People don't understand that.
Well, we have to. You know, for kids too, we do about. You know, there's people don't understand the child trafficking that's going on. They're in regular schools. They got parents that actually traffic them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's all a game because
it's crazy. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine, knows a girl who was she's an adult now, but she was trafficked as a young person by her, I believe her uncle or whatever. But she ended up meeting Trump at up at Bedminster, actually.
Oh, Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, back a couple of years ago, and yeah, but trafficking is bad. I mean, you know, you look at what's there, 300,000 plus people came over the border, kids that are trafficked. That they said at least 300,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I think Trump found 100,000 already.
And that's a lot.
And then the whole thing is they put them on the plane to go back to their families, and you got a liberal judge that stops the plane.
Yeah.
Remember when AOC was caught crying in front of the in front of the center there? But you know, you haven't heard her say squat about this, right?
No. They won't. They won't because it's against their narrative. You know, they're more worried about illegals than the regular people. I mean, they suck at the black people and the Hispanic people. They're not the Hispanic people who are waking up because they know that they're not. A lot of Hispanics are very Christian oriented, so they see what's going on. They finally see exactly what's going on with all this stuff because they're told when they come here. The guy who was running for office, and he was telling me he goes to these people. Well, you're a Democrat? And he said, no, I'm not a Democrat. He says, well, it's supposed to be Democrats. And he saw the cross on the back of the wall, and they do you know they're against that? That's how bad it is. Hey, we're over the clock, eh? 1:03.
Yeah.
Anybody raid Mike's show?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to raid Mike's show or not. I think Red is. I'm not sure. But if you want to, go on over to Mike's. Tomorrow we're going to have Trevor Loudon on. And we'll be talking about all kinds of current events, the things that are going on right now, with probably just about terrorism.
Yeah, about terrorism. Islam waking up.
Well, it's kind of a theme we got. We had that stochastic terrorism last week too, and it's kind of all rolling into physical terrorism. So
yeah, they're pissed off of 1775 because of what the Hormuz Straits when
they're raiding Schwartz's show.
The raid's underway.
Yeah. So we're gonna end up out over here tomorrow with Trevor Loudon.
Bye, everybody.
What do you think?
Right.
We're gonna go out to kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
We gotta have a little bit of fun.
Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax on, wax off.
All right, everybody. See you guys tomorrow.
Everybody was kung fu